Hey viewers and viewers, my name is General Red Strategist and welcome back to Dreamcore for another part of the Playroom. So, we're here exploring the environment. I've actually pulled out my map again that I was starting to work on last time, just thinking, I really kind of need to do that so that I can try and figure out the layout of this place. And that was when I, discovered this area, this giant hallway with a massive staircase that goes way off up there and a door that goes over to the left. Well, as of where we're facing at the moment. So, obviously, the fact that there are multiple levels in this particular environment does cause a bit of an issue, namely in the sense of when I'm drawing my map, it's going to be a little tricky to get that. So, I'll try sort of drawing each floor kind of separately with a number system to sort of basically indicate which staircase goes to where and things like that. So we'll see. So we're going to just go down this corridor for a moment and just basically see what the deal is over here, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so it kind of goes, hang on, so as I go in here it turns to the right with sort of like a door kind of straight opposite and one immediately to the right of that one. Okay, interesting, just note that down. So then if I'm facing in here, this goes down along a corridor. Sorry, yeah, I'm just drawing this as I go along. Oh, and this comes to the castle room. Or the entrance to the castle room, anyway. So hold up. If I, sort of just draw this out. So it's like a long rectangular space, this. Goes, down here. So if I put... let me just look. I'm just looking at my map again, just to figure out where the starting area was. I was up there, wasn't it? Okay, so what I can do is I can just put like a door here, sort of like that, and put a sort of 2 by that. Yeah, so put that there, and then put 2 there, castle room. Sorry, I'm just writing things down, ladies and gentlemen. Right, let's see, can we actually go through the castle room door? Does it let us go? No, it doesn't. So we've been to the toy room, and we know where the sky room is located, but, So does this door just loop around over here? That's the question. I don't think it does. Right, hold on. Before I go exploring down there, allow me to just go through and have another look at this passageway over here. So this... ooh. We may have been here before, I'm just thinking. So I'm sort of facing here through this chamber. It kind of goes around to the left and then a corridor there, sort of like that, doesn't it? Okay. And goes down sort of another longish corridor that eventually branches off again, sort of to the left. Oh wait, there's 2 actual. Oh no, they both go to the same area. That's fine. So as you're facing in here, okay, so facing in immediately to... hang on. This is looping back around to the left, is it not? Oh god. Yeah, this is going to be hard to really map, this is. Because the problem is, I've not really got a sense of scale as I'm drawing these lines and corridors. So the problem is, some of this isn't going to match up properly, is it? That's the issue. Alright, well, I'm going to backtrack momentarily to this room. I want to go upstairs. I want to see what's up at the top. We know that there's a room somewhere, and we haven't found the door to it, that presumably leads to a big jungle gym, something like that, because we saw a jungle gym in the previous part. We didn't manage to get to it though, that's the thing. Right, so if I go up here, where does this lead out to? Okay, so what I'm just going to do is, I'm going to get my sheet of paper, and I'm just going to make a note. I'm going to put a 1 up here. I'm going to start drawing this area. So, it starts out looking in with a path that then turns around. Turns around to the left, and It's kind of dark. Oh no, never mind. So that goes around there, then turns sort of to the right. Oh. Oh, hold on. We just sort of come back into this area. So it goes around there. Goes down a bit. Then back around to the left. Okay. So then it comes through a passageway, out onto a balcony. Oh yeah, that's those little guys down there. So hold on. You go out onto the balcony, it goes around to the right. So if I'm sort of drawing this correctly, it goes around over here. So then you go over this way, and you go back around to the right again, so it turns back on itself. And then you come into this large sort of square chamber where there's only really the way ahead by the looks of it. Okay, so let me just draw that on. Okay, linear so far. So then you go through, right, and you come to, oh god, I'm not going to have space for the left here. That's the problem, because I've drawn this in completely the wrong place. Dang it. Right, well, that loops back on itself, that's a problem. This one, as you're facing in, has a passageway off to the left. Okay, we'll explore this way then. Goes down a little bit over here, then immediately another square room that goes off to the right. So, to the right it is. That then comes sort of through into a rectangular chamber with another door there. Okay, and then you like go down a bunch of stairs. Let me just draw the stairs in there like that. And at the bottom of that you then, oh well, there's the castle room. We've been here before, evidently. Okay, this whole place must eventually loop together. So that, yeah, that'll be through the castle room door. That's how we eventually get into there. So, hang on. Let me just... Hold on. So you come out the stairs. Right, then you've got like a L-shaped corridor that sort of goes around to the left. Okay. Then it goes around to the right. Okay. And around to the right again. I see. And then that goes to the left. Oh god, once again I've started drawing this in the wrong place. Oh god. And then you just go down like a long corridor here. It only leads out to that area. Oh god. I'm gonna loop around a bit. Yeah, I've started drawing this completely wrong on my piece of paper. I've not given myself space for it. Bollocks. So hang on, if I go back up the large staircase through here, back around this way. In case anyone's wondering, by the way, was I ever sort of planning on... Hang on, if I put a number here, if I call this number 3... God, I can't barely even see that, what I've just written, and start putting this somewhere else. So, 3 starts off by looking forward into a room with corridor goes off to the left. Yeah, if anyone's wondering about the VHS effect thing in this game, probably not going to be using it just because it causes more lag and all that. Right, that then turns around there, goes into a corridor there. Right, you go over here, turns around to your left. Okay. Oh, and then goes to a staircase. I see, to the left, right. Let me just draw that in. Oh god, sorry, I was accidentally shifting my mouse. So hang on, you come off the staircase at the bottom, immediately like turn around to the right and around, and there's a door there opposite the one that you come in from. Okay, so it's like that. You go through here. It's down another staircase. Okay. Hold on, just draw it in. So it sort of goes... God damn, where's my mouse doing that? it goes down like this. Stairs there. And down a little bit further. And then basically, yeah, sort of from there you then come into this large chamber here, which I feel like we've already been in. A square chamber with only one way out, in essence. Okay, God, we've been through here before. It's this fucking room. It's always a bit of a pain. Alright, well maybe... Since we can't go to the castle room, and I really don't know where this ultimately fucking ends up. This whole space. And again, I've given myself no fucking room on my piece of paper. I should have just started drawing some of these maps on separate sheets. God, I've really ballsed this up. I really have. Alright, well tell you what. I'm going to... Fuck it, I'm just going to wander at random here. I know we've been through this area already, but... If I can find my way... Potentially back towards the starting area... And maybe see... Basically the starting area where the main door that we need to open is located. If I can get to there, we can try some of the different pathways that maybe we... Did we go down them last time? I don't remember. Maybe we did. The problem is, much of this whole area just ends up looking the same, which is obviously by design. It's meant to do that to you. No, I don't think it's that way, is it? Ah, this feels a bit more promising. Oh yeah. Well, here's where the spiral staircase was that we saw previously. Question is, did this lead us eventually back through to the main chamber? Let us have a gander, ladies and gentlemen, and find out where it goes. We'll go through here, through the dark passageway. Oh, here's the carafe room. I recognise that, but the problem is I don't know where I am. That is the issue, isn't it, ladies and gents? Oh. Oh, bollocks. If I looped back around to this room, I have. That connects to where we were before, just a moment ago. Stop. Yeah, we're going back through familiar rooms, but this is an absolute fucking labyrinth, this. Like I say, I need a map, otherwise I'm going to have so much fucking trouble. Wait. Does this take us back through? Aha! Yes, it does. Okay, we found our way back here. That's good. That's very, very good. So we definitely couldn't go into the sky room, could we, before? No, we can't. Right, so we want to go through one of these doors then, and just see where they lead, in essence. Right. Okay, so at least I can draw out more of the map over this side. Shall we go through this one then, ladies and gentlemen? So this sort of goes into a long chamber with a door straight ahead. And it bends around to the left, before bending around to the right, up a slight staircase. Let's draw that in. There we are. And then up through another door over here. Straight to the left, up another little staircase. That's fine. Then through a door there. Well, it's dark. Oh, and then it turns around to the right. And by the looks of it, goes down another staircase. To room full of balls. Oh. Ah. Okay, then you come through here. Another brief staircase there. But then that splits into two staircases that go up to either side. Let me just draw them in. God, yeah, my scale here is just not great. Right. Should we go around the one to the right first? See where this leads off. So this kind of goes, yeah, to our left. So turn that round there, like that. Oh, key. Hello, hello, hello. Perfect. That's great. Right, so I've got another of those. I wonder if that goes to like the castle room or the sky room. One of the ones we've been to before. At least we know where those doors are, so we can always get to them. But for now, so hang on, we come in here. So like you go in and the door is like sort of straight ahead on the other side, in like a sort of shape like this. And you go down another little brief staircase to another door. I know it's a lot of stop-start, this, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, right, there's a crossroads here. So, passage to the left, little staircase to the right. Again, which way should we go here? Well, passage to the left leads to another little staircase up there and a door. Let's draw that in, and this one again sort of goes down to another door. Then takes you to basically a passage to the left and one straight ahead that goes up another little staircase. Yeah, like I say, the scale of this drawing that I'm making is not great. So this opens out to a long hallway with eventually doors on either side over there. Put that in there like that. And this, in the meantime, obviously goes up the staircase and then turns to the left. Okay, so put that like that. Goes a little over here. Gosh, and then turns around to the right with another staircase. God, this place is an absolute bloody labyrinth, it really is. So, goes through, down another little staircase. You know, last episode when I was talking about Lego, I was thinking, oh, I could continue talking about that. Right, then there's a couple of paths off to the right here by the looks of it. Oh, I'm just flipping, moving my sheet so I can actually draw this in. So yeah, it's two paths off to the right, isn't it, by the looks of it? So this one... Oh, do they go to the same area? Oh, they do. Okay, so... Ooh. Oh, God, this is going to be hard to map, this one. Right. So if you're going through... Yeah, the middle one there. That takes you immediately to the end of this corridor here, where there's one that goes around there. And then obviously there's a door opposite this one here as well. Draw that in. And then of course it goes off further down there and there's more ways to go. So you come through here, oh god, I'm like, there's a massive staircase. Okay, let me just draw that one in there. It goes into a door here. Yeah, last episode when I was sort of trying to talk about Lego, I was thinking I'd talk a bit more about Lego in this episode, but I think at this rate it's going to be more sort of me just chattering away about random shit on my map as I go along here. Alright, then this turns around to the left, goes across a little bridge, and turns around to the left again. It's fine. Then turns around... Hang on, this is actually like one of those hallways where basically it's the door on the opposite wall. Yeah, so it goes like that, basically. Sorry, I was just drawing that. You can't see what I'm actually doing here, ladies and gents. Right, so this, yeah, sort of goes through a door, turns around to the right. Down another couple of staircases. God, the scale of my map's going to make this difficult to draw. Goes around to the right again. Oh god, down another little staircase to a crossroads, with another little staircase opposite up to a door, and a door that obviously goes off that side to the right. And then this, god damn, like 1,000,001 staircases in this one that really add some verticality to the level as a whole, which is an absolute pain in the ass. Right, so this just goes through a long corridor, door straight opposite. Comes that... Oh, wait a minute. No. This can't be the area we saw before, because that'd be a completely different area. No, because there's two pillars here, isn't there? Yeah, so... Comes out long corridor, or hall rather, with a door opposite, and a door that goes off over here. Hang on, does this connect to... somewhere I've already been? Oh god, it doesn't, does it? Oh, Jesus. Don't even know. Like I say, the scale of this is going to be a pain in the ass to actually draw in here. So run to the left and that goes further up there. Yeah, there's no fucking way I'm going to be able to draw the entirety of this map on the scale I'm doing it here. Otherwise it's going to be a pain. It goes like that up there. Let's go right, I guess. God damn, the left passageway goes to another little staircase. Yeah, I'm going to end up overlapping here on my map. This is just ridiculous. And then this way here goes to another staircase as well. Little one anyway. Then loops around to the left to another staircase. Alright, through a door up here. Then, long corridor that eventually loops to the left. Right. Oh. Smiley face. Okay. There's like a weird little set of stairs here. And then, yeah, it just goes around to the left again, doesn't it? Oh god, the scale of my map is not going to let me draw this. This is a right bloody problem. Right, I can't even draw anymore. The scale of my map's way too fucking small. The hell. Right, so do I try and loop back to the castle room door or the sky room door? I'm thinking that's what I try and do since I picked up another key. God, where's the door for this jungle gym? That's the question. Oh, sorry, I was just adjusting my mic. Another of these. Is this the same as one we've been through, or is this different? See, now I'm just running off like crazy. Oh, I don't know. I've no idea. I'm just charging in blindly now. I'm not even trying to draw on the map anymore. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, yeah, we found our way. So it looped. Okay. Sky room, can we go in here? No, we can't. So hang on. If I try for the castle room, so, yeah, this way. We go through here like so. Just all the way to the end, to the staircase over here, which takes us through to the big room with the fire escape staircase over here. Then we just go left again, and that gets us through to where we need to be. Right, so let's see. Can we go through into the castle room? I'm really hoping we can. Here it is. It's over here. Castle room, please. Let me go somewhere new. Yes! Here we go. Right, so what we want to do here, ladies and gentlemen, now is maybe start creating a separate map. That's what I'm thinking anyway. So if I put it over here, so this takes us first and foremost into the long corridor that eventually comes to a door over here. Huh. Is that the Argentine? No. Is it? What flag is that? I was about to say Argentine, but I'm not actually sure. I don't know. So we go through the door over here, and here we are. And there's the window up above. Okay, I've just got an achievement. Welcome to Castle Room. Would you like to be a king? Okay, so first and foremost, just look at the walls on either side. Check there's no extra doorways. Okay, right, let's just draw this in like so. So a big room like that. And so the castle entrance is there. Right. This carpet looks very good. Right, so there's roots off. Ooh. Doors on either side. Oh god, right, okay. Well, if I just draw these in, like so, we'll start, I think, by going to the left. Oh god. Okay, this is like some party-goer territory, this is. Right, so it turns to the left, basically, over here. So let's go this way, and then it goes around. Wait, I said to the left, it doesn't, it goes around to the right. What am I thinking? And then it goes around to the right again, and then to the left. That's what I was trying to say, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. To the left, oh. Those are houses, I wonder what they were then. Weird pointy-topped amoguses. That's what the internet has done to me. Right, so it goes into a room to the left there, and it also goes off to the right there. Right, let's keep left, maybe. Oh god. But this room over here, it stretches off down this way, has a door there, and then a route over here as well. No, I'm not going to go there. Stick with the left. Go through this way. Okay. Another route then off to the left there, as well as one straight ahead. It's going to be a right labyrinth, this is. Oh god. It goes all the way back down over there, doesn't it? Okay. It goes off all the way over that way as well. Are we sort of on the outer wall of the castle here? Not entirely sure. So it eventually turns around to the right and goes round over there. Okay. Yeah, I was talking about Lego before in the previous episode. I was talking about, obviously, all the types of Lego that I remember from my youth, either because, I had the sets or because I just remember them. Do you remember Lego Arctic as well? I think that was one in sort of like the early 2000s, ladies and gentlemen, which basically, it was an Arctic exploration theme, in essence, which was pretty good. I just remember it being lots of like, oh god, what is this fucking chamber over here? And it then goes around to the right. Okay. Yeah, Lego Arctic. Might as well mention that one as well while I'm at it, folks. Right, let's go around to the right again. I'm trying to remember though, what other cool Lego sets can I remember from sort of back in the day? Trying to think. I'm sure there's ones that I've forgotten about, which I just, don't quite recall and all that. Oh god, this is an absolute fucking labyrinth, this is. I mean, obviously, of course it is. God damn. Okay, the problem is, once again, my map is just not going to be to fucking scale here. That's the issue. Because I've drawn it badly, this thing. Because I don't really have a proper sense, like I say, of the scale of this place. Oh, bloody hell. Right, I don't think I'm going to be able to draw this place in its entirety, so fuck it. Just fucking keep moving. So we're looking for a generator, I assume. Kind of like we had last time. Oh, this is different over here. Lots of boarded up doors. Okay. As long as we can find a Jenny in this room, that'll be okay. Right, so my map drawing has kind of proven to be not very good so far in this, which of course makes me wonder if I maybe should just go online and see if there is a map that someone's already drawn of this entire game. Maybe. That's the thing. I'm just going to stick with my left-hand rule. Oh, no, I can go through. Okay. Huh. Party hats. Yeah, I don't think there are monsters, obviously, in Dreamcore. I don't think it's that kind of game. So, it's more about the atmosphere than anything else, isn't it? See, these places could all be just looping around on each other, and I'd have no idea. Maybe I'll go... maybe I'll go... What's going on down there? Right, fuck it. Disobey the left-hand rule for a moment. Something interesting up there. Is that just murals on the wall? It would appear so, wouldn't it? Yes. Okay. Thought maybe they'd be like little playhouses or something, but I guess not. How strange. Ladies and gentlemen. Do you want to go in the green sector? Is the green sector going to be different? Ooh. That's a very garish floor tile coloration. Right. It's the party rooms. They're a bit bare. But what can you do? No, getting back to Lego, I'm trying to think, what other themes do I remember from sort of the 1990s, very early 2000s? Remember Rock Raiders as well? I had the video game of Rock Raiders. I never finished it as a kid. But it reminds me, actually, there was... Oh, I'll just come back out here. I don't know if I want to do that. Yeah, Rock Raiders was another theme. Though I can't quite recall, was Rock Raiders technically classed as part of the space theme? Since technically it was a space adventure, Space miners stranded on a weird alien planet, having to gather energy crystals to be able to power their ship to get back to Earth. I feel like that was the story, wasn't it, of Rock Raiders? So I can't remember, like I say, if it technically was classed as being part of the space theme, or if it was technically its own thing. But I know that eventually in the late 2000s, Rock Raiders actually had a spiritual successor called Power Miners, which I don't really know anything about, because obviously, that was late 2000s, I think. Possibly early 2010s, which of course would have been when I was friggin' college-aged. I was beyond Lego at that point in my life. But, no, what was I trying to say? So Rock Raiders, I remember I had the video game of, but I never remember beating it because it was a decent little RTS on PC of sorts. It's just that some of the objectives I didn't have the patience for them as a kid because it was like, you know, for this mission you need to gather 50 energy crystals, which is easier said than done. But I know that there's actually a fan-made rework of the Rock Raiders game that you can find online and you can download it. It's called Manic Miners and it looks really awesome. I actually do want to play it on the channel at some point, so that might be something you see eventually here on the General Red Strategist channel. Maybe I'll play Manic Miners, have a blast from the past, indulge in some childhood memories. I'm assuming that Manic Miners is basically a fan-made remaster of Rock Raiders. It's not like something completely different in terms of adding its own content. Who knows? I mean, either or would be interesting, but I just don't know. I don't know too much about it, other than basically someone who really loved the PC Rock Raiders game in the past decided to make their own version of it and all that. Right, where the fuck am I going here? I'm completely lost because I've not been mapping any of this out. So, has to be a generator somewhere. Right, do we want to be in these party rooms? I'm not entirely sure. Let's go outside. See if we can find our way somewhere else. So is there anything in the green section of the castle? I don't know. Maybe we want to go back here to the sort of bluey purpley section of the castle and all that. Right, let me just stop. I'm just going to move my frigging sheet of paper and put my pen down. Although it's going to be a pain in the arse to actually navigate to where I need to be. We need to try and find like a save point, really, because that's when, you know, you've reached a sort of interesting spot. Ooh. Alright, a different set of party rooms. Oh! Hold up. Is that a Jenny I hear? Yes, it is. Hold your horses. Alright. Okay, we've got a save. We've activated that one, which I assume is good. Because that means we've done everything in the castle room. Ooh. Never liked the sounds of the lights going on and off. Is there something hidden behind there? Is it Foxy from FNAF? In his little pirate cove. About to jump out. And there's another one over here. The yellow one. Alright, so I think, like I say, we need to find our way out. That's what we need to do now. Find our way back to the entrance. Because I don't think there's any more reason for us to be in here. Right, so we've done the toy room. We've done the castle room. So we've got the sky room and the jungle gym room still to find. We know where the sky room door is, we just haven't found the key for it. But I have a feeling we have got the key for the jungle gym room, if we can just locate wherever the heck that one is. You know, something else I was thinking about last episode as well, another sort of toy related conversation, because, you know, obviously when we were in the toy room we also saw a bunch of large toys that look like Brio, the old wooden train sets, which I don't actually know. The company that makes Brio, is it from? Is it Danish or Swedish? I feel like it's one of the Nordic countries. Wait, if I just looped around back into this area? I don't know, this feels different. Hold on. Wait. No, I've just fucking looped around. What am I doing? I hear the generator. I've just gone in a fucking circle. What the heck? Hold on. Let's keep going around this way. Bloody hell. I was so distracted talking about childhood toys. I wasn't paying attention. Oh, wait. It literally just goes around there. No, so that all goes back together. So hang on. Maybe we want to go back this way. Sort of past the green zone. The green zone in game, that is. Let's go through the green zone in Baghdad. No. There's a little international relations joke, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sure those of you who are into military history, international security, that kind of thing, will appreciate it. Not that there's any of you really watching these videos as far as I'm aware. Right. So go back over this way then, and see where this leads. Yeah, but Brio. Anyone else remember Brio train sets when they were a kid? They were great toys. Basically, if you don't know what they were essentially little wooden train sets, you know? You get little track pieces, little locomotives and carriages, and usually the locomotives and carriages would have little magnets on them so you could join them all together. Just a simple concept of a toy, and yet it was very, very fun. And I remember I had a decent amount of Brio as a kid. I had a couple of bridge pieces, lots of track pieces. I think I had like a little turntable as well. Turn the engines around. Little cross-track pieces. And a few different little locomotives and carriages. I don't think I had anywhere near as much Brio as I did Lego. Lego was very much my favourite toy as a child. But Brio was pretty fun as well. I always remember, because the thing is, when I was a kid, right, everyone has their favourite sort of childhood TV show, right? Something they really remember. Oh god, the yellow section of the castle? I don't think we've been through there, have we? Or have we? Wait, is this where I went originally before? Hang on, do I need to go this way? No, what was I saying? Everyone has their favourite, childhood TV show that they remember as a kid really enjoying. And for me, when I was very, very young, talking 4, 5 years old, aha! We found it, the maze. I think we're back. Oh god, jeez. Camera shaking again. For me, that childhood TV show was Thomas the Tank Engine, or Thomas and Friends, as it was called. I actually do remember there was a toy shop in Lancaster when I was growing up that had a room which... Wait. Welcome to Maze Room. Did you get lost a lot when you were a child? That's got an achievement. Oh, so the Jungle Gym room connects to the castle room? I was not anticipating that. Okay, this one's going to be a fucking maze. I can already tell. Because, basically, it's... I thought the maze room was actually just the main area, the hub area, but apparently not. Okay, well, there's probably going to be a Jenny in here somewhere then, isn't there? Let me just... Right, I'm going to go overleaf. I'm going to start drawing this. So... maze room. So as you come in through the door here, actually how the fuck am I going to map this? Considering this has loads of verticality to it, this is going to be fucking impossible. Right, never mind, we're not going to map this, ladies and gentlemen, because that would be a futile endeavour. Immediately I can just tell, looking at this, that will not work. So I'm just adjusting my headset. There we go. Right. Can we get into it from this angle as well? Looks like we can. God, the frame rate's tanking here because all the structures with all like these fence effects. Okay, brace yourselves for choppy frame rate, ladies and gentlemen. We have to deal with that. Do I stick with the left-hand rule? I think yes. Just take a rule and stick with it, because otherwise you're just going to get completely lost in this area. Yeah, we'll try and get through this one quick as we can, given that obviously it's causing massive frame rate dips. There's a dead end there. Can't go through that way, but we can go this way. Through the tunnel here, under the bridge. Crouch and get through. Here we go. It's funny how a lot of these liminal space games obviously always have this kind of environment, where it's like a big jungle gym with play structures. Liminal Core had one like this, for example, from what I remember. And I feel like there's probably other ones too that I've played which also had jungle gyms. Escape the Backrooms kind of had, not quite one like this, but something similar. I've come to think of it, actually, not a liminal space horror game, but... Oh god, I just accidentally paused without meaning to. And they said Poppy Playtime, not Poppy Playtime. Indigo Park, Chapter 1, also had a section with those. Oh, what does this door go then over here? Let's have a look. Okay, to a different section. So yeah, Indigo Park Chapter 1 had one. I should say not just liminal space games then, but probably a lot of horror games in general love to have this kind of environment. But yeah, there's other ones I feel like we've played that had such environments as this before. I kind of want to go up, but at the same time, if I'm sticking with my left-hand rule, let's go this way. Isn't there another horror game called Subliminal, which also has environments like this? I feel like that might be a thing, but I'm not 100% certain. No, it's just going to loop around, or no, maybe not. Okay, through here then. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I can vaguely remember from my own youth going to places a bit like this. Here in the UK, we had a place called Wacky Warehouses, which sometimes had stuff like this. Big sort of climbing structure, jungle gym things. I can only vaguely remember them though, from when I was a kid. I'm just going to go through into another section here. Do we want to do that though? Or should I be taking the time to explore the verticality? That is the question. Oh. We're back to this sort of car mat flooring. Did you ever have a couple of these when you were a kid, ladies and gentlemen? These sort of mats with roads on them that you play with your cars on? Yeah, I had a couple of those. Looking back, I was a very fortunate kid. Parents worked really hard to provide me and my sibling with a good lifestyle. I'm glad of my childhood. It was a good childhood, ladies and gents. Sorry, I didn't mean to get suddenly very nostalgic and sentimental on you. Right. But yeah, going back to the subject, Wacky Warehouses. I remember once or twice, like I say, in my youth when I was very, very young, maybe 6 or 7, in fact actually maybe not that old, maybe like 5, going to 1 or 2 places like this. Usually, birthday parties of classmates in primary school, things like that. We'd go to a place like this. Their parents would arrange it. We'd go have a burger, go wild in the play structures, that kind of thing. But yeah, I feel like this kind of thing though, like a big family entertainment centre where you have these kind of play structures, I sometimes wonder if that's particularly an American thing. I don't know, like we have them in the UK, but I feel like they're not, I don't know, they're not something you encounter very often in the UK, to put it that way. But then again, maybe, I don't know, maybe that's just a combination of the fact that obviously I only went to a couple in my youth, so I don't really remember them that well, combined with the fact that as an adult, of course, I've never really looked for those sort of places. I don't have a family, I don't have a family of my own in terms of kids or anything. I suppose if you were an adult and you had kids and you were wanting to take them somewhere fun, you'd probably be more aware of this kind of thing, I would guess, whether it exists or not in your local area. I mean, I'm pretty sure there is actually one in my town where I am at the moment, not too far from where I live. I think, off the top of my head. But then again, I don't really know. Fuck it, I'm going to go up. Let's explore some of the verticality of this place, ladies and gents, and see what we can find. Stick with the left-hand rule for the moment, and see where we ultimately end up. Oh, I thought that was a dead end then for a moment, but it's not. On over here. We can go higher up, sure, why not? The problem is I'm hoping that the Jenny in this area was not in one of the previous areas that I've been through, otherwise that would be an absolute pain in the arse, that would. The problem is I can't really stop this episode until I eventually get to another save point. Did I just hear something? No. I thought I heard the faint sound of a Jenny, but no, I don't think I did. Okay. Over here. Yeah, these blue floors sections really remind me of Indigo Park Chapter 1. When's Indigo Park Chapter 2 coming out? Has that been released? I've not been keeping up to date with it, whereas I probably should have been, because it was a fun game, Indigo Park Chapter 1. It is one that I thought would be worth keeping a tab on. I know mascot horror obviously is done to death these days, there's so much of it, but Indigo Park Chapter 1 was actually quite promising, and it was fun for what it was. And it is one of those that I probably would be interested in playing Chapter 2. That reminds me as well, Poppy Playtime Chapter 4. I think I do own it, and I've yet to get around to playing it, ladies and gents. The thing is, last time I checked with Poppy Playtime Chapter 4 in the reviews, a lot of people were saying that there were optimization issues and a few bugs that needed ironing out. It's like, as you probably expect, I've basically just been letting Poppy Playtime have a bit of time before I come round to playing it, just to I don't know, give the devs a chance to maybe try patching aspects of it. Because that's the thing, actually, I seem to have recollections with Chapter 3. There were optimization things here and there, which resulted in my game being a bit choppy. So I'm thinking, when I get around to Poppy Playtime Chapter 4, I think it might be worth just, like I say, giving it a bit of time to see if the devs patch any bits of it. Then again, Chapter 4 of it's been out for several months now, I do believe. So the probability is that actually they've probably released some patches in the time since it came out already. Right, I'm going to start doing some right-hand turns for a bit, just to see where I end up. Let's go down this one over here. Where am I going? So I'm going down again towards the floor. Is this going to take me to another door? Yes, it is. I think this is a different door, isn't it? Yeah, I feel like it. Yeah, well, we've got a save point there, which is fine. Thank God we're out of that lag factory for a moment. Oh, this is different. It goes around over here. Okay, just big, empty open rooms. And our next jungle gym. Let's go sort of down here and let's get into it. Yes, I do. Yeah, well, we can only go one way, and that is inside. Let's do that. Okay, should we take right-hand rule for a bit? I think we shall, ladies and gents. God, like, this whole level is so big compared to any of the ones we've had previously in this game. The pool rooms one was big, but even so, that one feels very small by comparison. And admittedly, the Eternal Suburbia one was sometimes somewhat a bit more linear in certain respects. This one feels massively open, which is good. It just means it'll take us a while to actually beat it, That's all. Right. Yeah, I'm definitely thinking, looking at time, that there's going to be at least a third episode with this one, which is fine. It extends the Dreamcore playlist out a bit. Gives it a bit more substance, so it's not just, one or two videos. Oh, careful. Try not to wang the camera around. Let's keep going right. Just gotta stick to a rule, I think. That's all we can do. Apologies if you can hear my washing machine in the background, incidentally. I mean, I always say that. I don't think you can. I don't think my microphone is picking it up. I don't think it ever picks it up whenever it's on in the background when I'm doing recordings, ladies and gents. Is there a different area over there? It looks like it. That's a dead end. Okay, so we're going this way. I see. Very good. I've got all my blinds closed in my flat at the moment, because this weekend, as when I record this, UK is supposed to be having a bit of a heat wave. And when we say heat wave in the UK, usually we mean about 30 degrees, that kind of thing. Which obviously, for some of you out there in the world, you'll sit there and listen to that and you'll think, 30 degrees? Is that all? Because I had a comment actually on a previous video from someone who was saying where they were, which I think was something like the Midwest, USA. They were having something like friggin' 40 degrees or something. Obviously I'm talking Celsius here, ladies and gentlemen, not Fahrenheit. But the thing is, even late, high 20s in Celsius, even that can be too much for us Brits. Oh, hold on a second. Have I looped into a same area I was in before? I feel like I may have done. Alright, we'll tell you what, we can explore the rest of it while we're here. Let's go on up this way. But yeah, us Brits, we don't deal very well with high temperatures. We love the sun, but it just gets very hot for us, that's all. And we struggle with it. Makes us melt. Oh, well this is different. Let's go into here then. Crawl through the piped little play pipes. Alright. Hopefully this leads me somewhere else. I don't know. We will see. But yeah, that kind of heat, we Brits, we don't typically do well with it. Because, you know, we're a nation that lives in a part of the world that often gets a lot of rain and grey weather. That's what we're mostly used to. So we love the sun because it makes for something different. We just don't handle it very well. I was reading some interesting stuff recently about how a lot of people from other countries are often shocked by how British people sometimes don't really understand the need for sunscreen. And I agree. Oh, what's going on up there? Hold on, I want to go up there actually. What is that? Yeah, we Brits sometimes, I think, don't fully understand the need for sunscreen. That's probably because, you know, again, we live in a country where we don't see the sun all that often. So throughout most of the year, we never really have a need to use sunscreen, that kind of thing. And of course, a lot of people in other countries say they sometimes find it horrifying how British people go to sun-drenched locations and then they go sunbathing on a beach somewhere and they don't use any sunscreen or anything. As a result, they just get horribly sunburned. And yeah, I can understand that, absolutely. There's a reason why there's a bit of a stereotype about, you know, the English sun-sea, sand-seeking tourist and what he looks like as a slightly porkier, very pink-skinned, middle-aged bloke who, you know, props himself up on a sun lounger on a beach in his swim shorts, does not wear any sunscreen, and then basically turns into a red lobster after just several minutes as a result. You know, it's a stereotype, but sadly there is an element of truth to it, ladies and gents. Oh god, where am I going? This maze room is freaking huge. I mean, the castle room was pretty big, and so was the toy room, but this one is just massive, I must say. And do you want to keep going through some of these pipes, or do you want to go higher? I haven't heard the Jenny yet either. I know some people will be like, Red, should you not stay silent so that you don't accidentally talk over the sound of it? And maybe I should do that, but at the same time, kind of want to fill some of the some of the silence with a little bit of commentary and all that. Holy moly, I don't... Oh, wait a minute. Hold your horses. There's a hint. Saying the generator's somewhere off over that way. I need to get down there, do I? Oh, right. Okay. Because that's like a light symbol. How do I get down there? Shit. Well, there's a way down here. That's a dead end. We'll go through. Sure. Please tell me the Jenny is somewhere off this way and that I'm interpreting this correctly. Down here, maybe? Aha! Little dog on the wall. Right, well... You're saying the generator's through in this section. Maybe? Oh no, the pastel room, that's back towards the start, isn't it? Oh, but I've not found the Jenny. Oh, god dang it. See, that's going to take me back through here, isn't it? That's the issue. But I can always loop back through. Do I recognise the area where this leads out? If I come out through here? Ah, interesting. Okay, well we've not lit that up, so evidently we have not found the generator, wherever it is. So we are not done then with this room. Okay, so what I was seeing there, that symbol painted on that wall, that was the light. So that was saying back towards the start, this way, I guess. Oh, we need to explore this area then, ladies and gents. Try and find a save before we can do anything else. Let's keep going up. Let's go high. Go high or go home. Why is it so dark? That is ominous and unsettling, isn't it? Which way does it go? God, it just goes way, way back. Heck, I can't see anything. Oh. Ah, here we are. Don't you love it in games when you have those big, long passages of darkness where you can't see the corner up ahead, so you have to always advance into it backwards. Is this backtracking me technically to an area I've already been? I feel like it is. But I just haven't heard any sound of the generator or anything. That's the issue, so maybe we have to backtrack then. Maybe I should be staying silent for a while, just to see if I do hear anything. Oh, that's a very jazzy carpet. Have I been... I don't think I've been through there, have I? Hold on, is there a way onto that jazzy carpet to that door? Because if there is, that'll be awesome. Let us see what we can uncover. So I feel like with each of these sections you would hear the generator as you're going through these climbing structures. So maybe the areas I've been, there hasn't actually been a generator in any of them, and I just preemptively found my way to the exit. Right, so we're on the floor level now. Does this lead us out anywhere? Yes, it does. Okay. So where does... Let's see. Where does this one lead us out to? Because this is new. This carpet is, at least. Oh, God. It's you guys. Okay. Remember you from the pool rooms. Are you going to be weird? Are you just happy to see me? Are you a clue? Are you smiling at me as if to say, oh yes, you are in the right area, Red? I hear the Jenny. Right, it's here. Okay, so yeah, we haven't come across it yet. Right, it's in my left ear. Is it on the ground level? Or is it above? I feel like it might be above. We need to find a way up. Oh no, it's here. It's on the ground level. Okay. How do I get round to it? There has to be a way. It just loops around there. Right. Actually, what I should do... Let's have a look at the space where the Jenny actually is. And see if we can, like, reverse engineer how you get to it. We have to get onto that side, do we? So maybe we have to go up somewhere and then down again. But we can go up here. We have to go up again. God, the lag in this area. It is something, ladies and gents. How do we get down? I see that generator. I just need to get to the damn thing. Well, maybe we can go slightly longer on this episode then. Figure out how to get the Jenny, then figure out a way back to the pastel room, to where we were before. Quite possibly. Have I just gone in a circle? I feel like I have. Maybe. Oh god, yeah, I totally feel like I've just gone in a circle there. Yeah, I was here before. What am I doing? Right, I need to take a rule and stick to it. That's what I need to do, ladies and gents. Hopefully that lag is not too bad for you. You know? Let's go up higher. Because it might be we need to go very high in order to drop down somewhere. Quite possibly. What if I go this way? Oh, that's interesting. There's a door up here. That's different. Where does this go? Looks like a fire escape door. Oh, well, I don't know. Oh, what? Okay, you can go back through. Oh, thank God. When I saw that no entry thing there, I thought, shit, was that like a one-way door? That would have been a pain if it was. This is leading me away from the Jenny. Oh, I don't know if this is right. Unless it eventually loops me downward. But I don't know. Oh, fuck. I don't know if this is where we want to go, ladies and gents. No. This can't be it. There's got to be a way back to that Jenny. I don't think this is... No. Right, backtrack. Just want to backtrack momentarily. Here it is. Okay, this is correct. There's got to be a way down to that thing. I tell you. But how do I get to it? That's the question. Where are the ladders and slides at? Okay, there's one here. So we start descending now where we can. It might take us out to where we need to be. Quite possibly. That's going back up again. We don't want to go up. Or do we? Where me? There's lots of ways up. But I don't see many ways down. Oh, can I just like drop down here then? I could. Aha. Is this more promising? Is this... Oh no, this is here. Oh, I've been here. This is not where I want to be. No. I've just looped without meaning to. Son of a gun. How do you get to the Jenny? It's right there. Or maybe the only answer here is that you have to go through that upstairs area. I don't know where else to go. Can't see out over this side, or can I? Like, is there a door off down there? I can't see one. Okay, I'm starting to think maybe... maybe it is a question of going up, ladies and gents. Up and round. Just have to find your way. Over here then. You know what this Jenny and play structure thing is reminding me of? The friggin' daycare in FNAF Security Breach. Remember that, ladies and gentlemen? Alright, well, at least we found our way back up here. Yeah, that was quite an interesting section of that game, wasn't it? That was one of those sections of Security Breach that actually felt like it was more fleshed out compared to the rest of the game. Alright. So we have to go through here, I think. Because I don't see another choice in that area. God dang it. Right, like I say, let's go extra long. Just for a few more minutes. I know we're probably over an hour, and it's nearly lunchtime for me. So I'm going to want to get some food fairly soon. Let's stick with the left-hand rule. So we can find our way back, if need be. Oh. And it goes around here. That's fine. You know, FNAF Security Breach is a game which... it's terrible. You know, objectively it is poorly made, and it needs a lot of change as a game. And yet, it's a game that I can't help but like. You know? Despite the fact that it is... that it is bad. Aha! Are we in a better place? Is this the same room where the Jenny is? It feels like it, but I'm not sure. Oh, please tell me this is the same place where the Jenny is located, and that I have found the right way forward here. Otherwise, I'm going to not to be sure what the heck it wants me to do. There's another way down somewhere. Oh, right here. Right, there's a ladder down there. It looks like it goes out to that area. I'm hoping that loops around to where I need to be, ladies and gents. Here we are. Okay, this is looking promising. Ladies and gentlemen, please tell me that maybe? Yeah, that's the only way to go. Oh, balls. This is just a whole other maze. There is just no way I could map this all out on paper. I'll stick with the left hand. Oh, what? Wait, no, is it round here? Have I got it? Yes! Oh, thank God. I found it. Okay. Okay, generator active. Right, we've got a save point there. Do we wrap up here, ladies and gentlemen, since we've had that save point? I feel like the answer is we do, since we've been going for about an hour there. So, thank you for joining me for this episode of Dreamcore. At least we've got 2 more Jennies, right? So we've got the toy room, the maze room, the castle room. So there's still the sky room that we have not found the key for, as far as I'm aware. So we'll have to look for that. And evidently, I'm guessing it's also the case that some of these rooms that branch off from the pastel place, by the looks of it, they do interconnect as well. So I wonder if it is the case that you could find an entrance to the sky room from in here, assuming you don't need the key for it as well, which may be the case, but who knows. I mean, we can always try and find our way back to the route that takes us back through to the pastel room and go and check our progress. Alright, so social media links, propagandist channel link, etc, as usual, are in the video description for anyone interested, and if you enjoyed, a like is of course always appreciated. But other than that, I'm signing off now. Goodbye everybody. Yeah, there you go. Grab out, be careful. Yikes. Be careful. Be careful. Anything like, you know what, out there. Out. So now we're down like that. Let's get to the safety of the defensive position. Here. Where we'll be safer. Keep moving around. Lay down some fire. Oh, good for us there. Ladies and gentlemen. Right, do that there. Out. Keep using that missile.